Alright, so the next one is going to use Dexterity and Faith. This is another character that I'm starting. And basically I wanted to create a build around what I'm going to show you in a moment. And the weapon is Scythe of Wretches. I'm going to create something special, but it's still working on it. Already showing that it's working very well. Again, the other things, of course, are random. So I get here attack deal 21% extra plug damage, which is great. Because, well, you know, kind of a Reaper type of build. Focus again increased by 28%. This time around, I'm going to stay with focus. I want to use the different abilities. On this particular one, actually, with Reap, I don't know actually when I'm going to go with the next one. But if you get it, you know, wide, you can decide which one you want to put. But the second one, I'm still thinking. But the Reap one is very, very good. I'm going to show you in a moment. In some ways, it's really kind of a similar in a way to the strength weapon that they use. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. So I've gained 2 health on damage dealt, which is amazing. In 14 stamina, refill chance on damage dealt. All of them are really good. Durability half. I haven't got to a situation where I actually need to change it. But again, because it's very cheap to get things that increase your durability, I can finish, of course, like several even Crucible without this actually going off. So it's not really a problem, but you can get some extra. So it's not really a bad negative anyway. You can get something much worse. So this is the weapon. Let me show you some gameplay and explain more on the way. Let's start. First of all, keep in mind the gameplay you see here, I'm actually playing against 19 levels more than me. Alright, just play on my main realm compared to the one that related to the character. So first of all, you can see that it hits kind of a 360 degrees, which is amazing by itself. And this is just the regular attack. Yeah, we are talking here. So again, this build will be using focus this time. And basically I need to spend my main attack because the main attack, the Reaper that comes built in, is just absolutely insane. And I try to buff it up as much as possible. So basically this weapon hits like 2 360 and 1 attack to, you know, 1 single attack against a single character. So basically, for example, you want to focus on the big enemy. If there are several small enemies, you should get kind of a staggered or even die from these attacks. And in that aspect is actually better compared to my favorite weapon before that. And again, considering this is a 2-hand weapon, it's pretty fast. This is against multiple enemies. And again, one of the big advantage of fast attack, especially the 360, is when you're surrounded with enemies, you can heal very, very fast because you're going to get healed for each one. Again, if you're using a ring or if you're built in, for example, healing on the weapon like I have. And that's compared to a weapon that doesn't have the range or just hits single enemy. So in terms of rhythm, again, it just hits fast. The Reap attack is fast. And this is what you want, both in terms of healing and ability to put some hits in when the enemies raise a shield or try to attack you, they get a second hit. So you're going to stagger them again. So the idea is when you have an opening, you need to really punish the enemy. And in that aspect, the Reap ability is very, very strong. And cool thing is, I didn't know that if enemies hit the tip of the weapon, even if it's already down, they still can get hit. Take a look. Pretty cool, I didn't know that. So because it's actually down on the floor for quite some time, it can be beneficial. Now my goal is to stay fast, so I can really kind of move. It just fits the theme of a Reaper and do some really cool moves. Again, the weapon is very strong against multiple enemies. You can take a look here how it hits 2 enemies at the same time trying to jump at me. Those weapons that have a combo attack, they are very good against certain enemies, like this one for example. When you want to make sure that you don't get a second hit. So you won't become vulnerable while actually, you know, comboing or just trying to attack the second time. However, you can see there is a delay until you recover, so in this case I got hit. Something to consider. So the idea is when you use the combo, you'll be able to stagger some enemies and just move again, reposition and attack them again. Because you can hit enemies that you're not actually directly attacking. They're just, well, nearby. Overall, again, the Scythe seems to be very, very strong weapon based on my testing. That's the reason I'm giving it more time. And of course, I need to complete the build with a bit of time. I need to optimize it, also for some variability. So I'm going to share with you later on updates. But overall, I'm really pleased with it. It's really fun. And oh yeah, just so you know, I think I mentioned before, I got it in Crucible. No, I actually got it in the world itself. So again, it can drop probably everywhere. But I'm just going to show you the moment. I actually have a video of it where I actually got it. So overall, a really great weapon. And this is the reason it's a keeper, especially with good stats. And see how far I go with it. This time, of course, with abilities. I need to think which second abilities. But overall, I think it's just a fantastic weapon. Remind my previous weapon. Really great ability rip. And by the way, this is another character I'm actually also progressing with the hammer, which I also really like. Again, I'm trying many different weapons. I'm going to show you more, but this is the moment where I actually got it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Consider subscribing to my channel for more guides. See you very soon. Cheers.